Again, I am Pastor Reggie from PowerPac Ministries. I want to greet everyone out there on YouTube and that are watching us this morning. Thank you for joining with us in the service today on this Shabbat day. We give the Master thanks and praise for all of you for joining us. Today we are in the book of Philippians, chapter 3. And for those of you that are tuning in for the first time, again, I am Pastor Reggie from PowerPac Ministries, right over here in Tampa, Florida. And we just want to share with you. Let me leave the phone number with you, so if you want to get in contact with us, you have any questions, you could contact us by the number area code 813-317-6806. So let me repeat that. Area code 813-317-6806. Thank you for joining and tuning in to this broadcast today. Philippians chapter 3. For the rest, my brothers, rejoice in Yahweh. To write the same matters to you is truly no trouble to me. And for you, it is safe. The brother said, he said, to write to the assembly is no trouble, and it is safe. It's coming from a righteous man. He started very unique with his phrases. He said, look for dogs. Now, that is a very unique way, different, to start a conversation. Unless there are animals around and you're trying to warn people and tell them to be careful for the dogs that is around. But in this case, the dogs was not animals he was talking about. He's talking about human beings and their filthy, aggressive way of looking at things and their deception and their lies and all the others that come with it. So he said, look out for dogs. They're dangerous. The ideology, dangerous. Teaching, dangerous. Look out for dogs. Look out for the evil workers. It's who he was referring to as dogs. Look out for the mutilation. For we are the circumcision who are serving Elohim in spirit and boasting in Messiah Yahushua, and do not trust in the flesh. So you have a direct warning that you should look out for dogs. They false teachings, evil workers, liars and deceivers that have come to deceive the children of Israel concerning the teaching and the works of Messiah. You have a lot of people want to change the word to fit their lifestyle and don't understand the scriptures, so they'll tell you anything. You don't need to be circumcised. You don't need the Torah. You don't need the commands. You don't need this. You don't need that. You could eat pork. You could eat shrimp. It's okay. You could just pray over it, bless it, and it is fine. Look out for dogs. These are the dogs that he's talking about. Deceivers and liars. And manipulators and people that will manipulate or mutilate the word. They want to cut it off. They want to cut the word asunder, but you can't. The word will cut you asunder.
Praise, yeah.
Listen to what it says here. It says, for circumcision, for we are the circumcision. We are the one who are circumcised in heart, and also the circumcision covenant that was made for us. Through Abraham, that covenant of circumcision was for Yah's people, for the Hebrew people. For no other race of people, the commands was not given to them first, it was given to us first. And every other race in the world, he said there is one Torah, one command. So you have to come through the Hebrew Torah in order to get understanding of the scriptures and who Messiah is. You must have, there's a lot of people that says, well, we don't need, these are the things we don't need. These are the dogs, these are the liars, the manipulators and mutilators of the word. Some will even say that you don't need baptism, water baptism. Some will say that you don't need Messiah, that you just need Yah. We went to, myself and my wife, we went looking for some congregation while we were out of town one time. And we had some of the congregation that we called, they said, we only believe in Yah. We don't believe in Yahushua. We are only believers of Yahweh, and we don't believe in the Messiah. I'm telling you something that we have discovered ourselves. We call up the assemblies, and we thought they were Hebrews assembly because they say Hebrew Israelite. Now we call them up and they say, no, we don't believe in Yahushua. We believe in Yah, but we don't believe in Yahushua. These are the dogs that he's talking about. These are the ones that twist the scriptures. But how could you not believe in the Messiah when he's the one that created all things? When he is the one that came and died for you? That no man could go to the Father unless he go through the Son.
That's right.
So how could you say that you don't believe in the Messiah when the word said that both Father and Son must be worshipped? Then what scriptures are you reading?
Right.
What Bible do you have? Because most of them that I have seen, I've seen a lot of them. The New International Version, the Gordon's Bible, the Gideon Bible, the NIV,
Thompson Chain.
all of them, Dix, just name it, Fakes, they got them too. But most of them have a similarity of wording that would let you know that they believe in the Messiah. Or there is one who they believe is the Son. Although some of them would try to make the Son the Father and call him the Father, and then try to tag in the Holy Spirit and say that they are Trinity, that again is another doggish teaching. Talking about the triune spirit. That is not what he's talking about. Master Yahushua says he comes in his Father's name. He says, me and my Father is one. He and his Father is one, but he didn't say they were one person. But listen to this. As we're talking about the scripture here. Verse 4. I believe that's where we were, right?
Yeah.
Though I too might have trust in the flesh, if anyone else thinks to trust in the flesh, I more. The Yahweh was saying and relating, he says, I am telling you not to trust in the flesh, but if anyone had relied on the flesh, I did it more than anybody else. Because I was circumcised on the 8th day, and I held my pride in my circumcision. To being a Hebrew Israelite, I held that as a badge of honor in order to persecute other believers that did not believe in the circumcision, are other believers that said spoken words against the Torah or did not line up with the Torah, because my instruction was given by my teacher Gamaliel, and I was well learned in the scriptures. So when I don't find people that lined up in the belief that I have, my first indication or my first, aggressiveness is to get rid of them. Is to mutilate them. Is to decapitate them, to kill them, to get rid of them. That was my passion for anyone that came up against the word. Hear this. He said, I the more circumcised the 8th day of the race of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrew of Hebrews, according to the Torah, a Pharisee. He said, if anyone want to prove whether or not I'm truly authentic, I am authentic, I am original, I am a Hebrew. Although I had a message that went out to other nations, but I am truly a Hebrew. I was born a Hebrew from the tribe of Benjamin. My father is a Hebrew, and I am a Hebrew Israelite. I have citizenship as a Roman. I have citizenships of other nations, but I am truly a Hebrew Israelite. And he says, so I understand your argument. I understand where you're coming from. He says, if anyone believe in circumcision, I am. If anyone believe in the teaching of the word, I am a Pharisee. I was brought up in the scriptures and in the commands. According to the law, persecuting the assembly. According to the righteousness that is in the law. Having become blameless. He says, concerning the Torah, I stood on the side of the law, and whenever somebody find himself leaning, my way of doing things was to get rid of them. Go to the authorities and get the rightful, credentials to go about persecuting the believers. So I know the way. I know that, walking and standing as a Hebrew is not an easy task. I got the marks to prove it. I've been shipwrecked. I went through a whole lot to prove who I am. There are people that, when you ask them, who are you? They are scared to say, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. When you ask them anything about their faith or their belief, they shy away from telling you. You ask me, and I got no qualms. I got no problems. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Well, what makes you a Hebrew Israelite? Well, I am from Yaakov. I am a descendant of Yaakov, and I am a faith-believing true Abraham. I am, again, very hued, and a lot of melanin in my skin. And my race of people are from that descendants. I am truly Hebrew Israelite. I am from that lineage. So I can stand here and I can tell you. Well, how do you know? Well, I tell you one thing. You ask that baby that is being born a few days, and ask the child how that child know that they are hungry. And don't feed the child and see what's going to happen. That child knows that he is hungry without able to say the word food. You ain't got to say food as a baby. How do you know that you're Hebrew Israelite? Because I'm connected to the Spirit, because I don't have to go and trace back every little DNA search. I know through the Spirit that I am a Hebrew Israelite. I know through his word that I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I don't have to go wondering whether I am or not. But why don't you ask me this question? Am I a man? Without the question of a doubt. I look at myself a couple days ago this morning, and I noticed that all my parts were men. So I know I'm a man. You ain't got to fight, ask me that, whether do I know I'm a man? I know I'm a man. Just like I know I'm a Hebrew. Just like I know I'm an Israelite, Hebrew Israelite. I know who I am, and I'm not ashamed of it. Some people are ashamed of who they are, so they want to change their sex. I'm a man today, I'm a man yesterday, and I will be a man tomorrow if I'm here. I will always be a man. I would always be a Hebrew Israelite. I was born with that hue in my skin. And I was born to be raised up in the scriptures in the word. And I was brought up in the word. And I accepted through the Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach. So let's put that to rest. I am a Hebrew. Are you?
Yes, I am.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Yeah.
Why are you ashamed? Why is people so ashamed to say I'm a Hebrew? The Christians say they're Christians.
Mm-hmm.
The Muslims say they're Muslims. The Jehovah's Witnesses say they're Jehovah's Witnesses. 7 Days Adventists say they're 7 Days Adventists. Hebrew Israelites, we are not a religion. We're not a religion, we're a nation.
Right.
The nation of Israel. I am not from the religion of the Hebrew faith. I am a Hebrew Israelite that know that Shabbat or Sabbath is the day we worship on. I was a Hebrew when I wake up yesterday, Erev Shabbat. I was a Hebrew. And I'm a Hebrew today. And I'll be a Hebrew tomorrow after the Shabbat is over. So I'm not just plain a Hebrew. I'm living the life of a Hebrew.
Hallelujah.
See, some people only Hebrew on the day of, they believe that it's a day of celebration. We are Hebrew like black Hebrew, black, help me here. Black History Month.
Yeah.
Black History Month. What day is Black History Month? Well, you wasn't black the other months?
Right.
You weren't black all the other months of the year?
Right.
You only black 1 month?
Yeah.
And your history is only for 1 month?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you really got a small history.
Yes, sir.
That they could summarize all of your history in 1 month. Wow. My daddy is black, my mama is black, my granddaddy is black. And so is my ancestors are black. So I got a whole bunch of history that are black throughout the generations. And you can't fit that in a month. You can't fit that in a lifetime.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
But we are facing some things and we need to address them. What are we going to talk about? So he said, according to the law, blameless, because I kept everything I believed. But what might have been a gain to me, I counted a loss because of Messiah. Because of Messiah, that nothing have I achieved on this earth do I believe that that's a gain. No, he is a price. The gold, the silver, it's not the price. I count that loss. The garments is not the price. I count that loss. You don't understand. Let me give you something. Let me break it down for you. The first 5 years in business, they tell you the first 5 or the first 2 years, they say usually you should count it as a loss. So when you sign into the IRS, even if you made a profit, you should still put a loss. And I'm like, wow. So the obtaining of, you count that loss in order for you to get what they got for you.
Right.
That's what you're doing. What Messiah has for me is the price. Messiah is the price. Nothing in this world matters more than him. Nothing. Tell me one thing that is in this world that is more important than the Messiah. Tell me one thing that I should cherish more than him. So the rest of it I count it lost. Because to him he is the price. But do I need the other things? Yes, I do. Do I need them? Yes, I do. Well, guess what? If you don't believe I need them, give it to me. And I'll show you that I could use them. You want to give it to me? Fine. I can use it. You want to give me a new BMW? But I could use it. You want to give me some new clothes? Sure. Make sure they're lined up with the word. We'll take it. You want to bless me with some money? I'll take it. But that's not my goal. My goal is Messiah. And him on the stage. Are you with me? Hallelujah. Oh, we got some things to cover because today is just the right day for it. Today is the right day for this. Verses 8. What is more? I even count all to be lost because of the excellency of the knowledge of Messiah Yahushua, my master. Because of his knowledge, because of the knowledge of him, who is my master, that is the reason I count everything else a loss. It is not a gain to me over him. He is the price. The rest of it is just things that I use as I go along the journey to obtain who he is. But I'd rather have the knowledge of who he is. I'd rather know the truth of him. I'd rather know everything and have everything that he wants me to have that is heavenly. Because guess what? That's the price I'm shooting for. That's what I'm going for. Everything else is on the journey. Everything else is things I use on the path on my journey. I don't stop to say, well, okay, I have obtained this, and this is where I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop right here because I got me a house, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop right here because I got me a car, so I don't need him. No, I need him to help me keep up the house. I need him to help me keep the car. I need him to help me keep my health. I need him to help me keep my wealth. I need him to help me keep my mind. But everything on the journey is just on the journey. It is something that I'm using on the coast to the price, which is Messiah. So I need him in everything. I can say, well, okay, because I obtained this, then I don't need him. The knowledge is even much more than what I've obtained. The knowledge of who he is. So let us continue to look through. It says, from whom I have suffered the loss of all, and I counted revealed to order and gain of Messiah, and be found in him, not having my own righteousness, which is of the law, but that which is through belief in Messiah, the righteousness which is from Elohim on the basis of belief. The righteousness that I'm talking about is a righteousness, he says, through Messiah. Not just because I got the law. You see, the law is, I am not keeping the law to be righteous. But because I am righteous, I keep the law. See, that's the reason I keep the law. But some people say, well, we must keep the law, and the word said that the Torah will bring salvation. The Torah brings salvation. The Torah is salvation. Or we obtain salvation through the Torah. We does, through Messiah. But we don't stop and say, well, okay, we have the Torah and that's it. Well, I understand. I'm a Pharisee, so I got the law and the teachings So I'm stopping right here. Well, guess what? Everyone that is staying right here on earth, you have obtained earthly things, and you're struggling with it. But today you need to see yourself getting past just earthly things and getting into a heavenly realm. I'm going to show you today that the things that you're struggling with should no longer be a struggle in your life. Because you need to push past those things. Those things sometimes can be hindrance when you only need it for the journey. I just need the grease in my car to help grease the motor and to keep all the bearings rolling and flowing. But guess what? The grease is not the car. It's something I put in the car. The gas is not the car, but the car needed to function. All of the components that is being put into it help it along the journey. I want to show you this. And you're going to understand what I'm saying in a few minutes. Because some of you are struggling with some things. You wonder why you can't get past some things. The word said that it's through faith, through belief. And to every man he has given a what? A measure of faith. And how do I use that faith in order to obtain my measure? Or to get past the level of where my faith is to obtain even more? Faith is a spiritual, the way you operate faith and the way you operate belief. You don't take it to the gym, right? No. You can't take faith to the gym. You can't work faith out unless faith is a girl. But this faith I'm talking about is through belief in the Word. And the way you exercise that faith is believing in Messiah, believing in the Word. And exercising it in a way, guess what? The Wright brothers, they had faith and belief that the aeroplane was going to fly and it was going to take a man from one point to another. The person that came up with the telephone, Graham Bell, I believe, he believed in faith that he could speak with somebody over in China. And through the wavelength, he has surpassed the natural and traveled into the supernatural. So how can you get past your natural hindrance and break through into the supernatural, that the hindrance no longer become a hindrance, but in the supernatural you have burst through the natural, and now you can surpass your natural hindrance and obtain even more of your blessings that is in the supernatural. That's why we talk about speaking to your money and having it multiplied for you, like Messiah spoke to the fishes and have it multiplied. He spoke to the bread and have it multiplied. He talked to the wine, the water, and changed the wine. As a matter of fact, he even walked on water. How many of you can do that today? But you can if you only have faith. How many of us can say to the mountain, be thou removed, and the mountain will obey us? If only do we have enough faith. But we say, well, how can we do this? Because let me show you something. Poverty is the next closest thing to prosperity. Is it really? Poverty is the closest thing to prosperity. You say, well, how is that? Because if you could get to breakthrough a poverty situation, the next thing you're going to enter into is a prosperous life. Better than when you were in poverty. You see, the only thing that separates you from riches and poverty is that wall that is built up between you and faith. That wall that is built up. If you can break through or push through that barrier, then you're no longer in a poverty situation. Those people that are in a poverty situation, all you need to do is to push through, and the next step you make, you will be entering into prosperity. Because if you lock yourself into poverty, but you break through poverty, you will find yourself walking into prosperity, because you will be better off from where you were when you started to where you're going. You got to get to break through that line. But as long as you're in the circle, going around the mountain, as long as you're in that circle here, and you don't believe that you could break through the natural to the supernatural, you will never break through your circumstances. You would always stay here, going around the mountain. Messiah never settled for what the status quo was. Messiah never settled. Well, I'm a man, and I'm going to die like every other man and go into the earth, and that would be it. He didn't believe that. He believed that, listen, if you put me through if you kill me and you put me in the ground, this is just the beginning of my life. Death is not the final place for a true believer. Death is only the beginning of the supernatural. It's the ending of the natural, but it's the beginning of the supernatural. Poverty, the ending of poverty is the beginning of prosperity. So you cannot continue to stay in a poverty situation and believe that you have arrived in riches. Because once you're in poverty, you will never step into riches. You have to step out of poverty to step into riches. You have to step out of sickness to step into health. You have to step out of confusion to step into a positive mind. You have to step out of hate to step into love. You cannot stay in the condition that you are in to able to experience the next.
Hallelujah.
Right.
You will never experience the others unless you break through what is holding you back.
Yes, sir.
You get what I'm saying? So they bury Messiah. But his belief is that if you bury me, I'm going to come back up. 3 days I give you. That's all. And I'm going to come out from that grave because I'm going to find a way how to loose myself from that grave clothes that you bound me with. I'm going to be better than Houdini. I'm going to go down there, and in 3 days' time, my body's supposed to be in rigor mortis, but guess what? I'm going to find a way to get out of that too. You ain't going to make me smell. I'm going to use me some deodorant. I'm going to use me some. Messiah used something that the earth couldn't handle because the earth was so accustomed to having dead things that when live things came into it, it refuses it and spill it back up. Because the earth says, I can't handle anything live. I need something dead in order to feed myself. Okay. But if I get something live and it causes indigestion or it causes me an upset stomach, I gotta spill it up. I gotta pew it up out my mouth. So I gotta open up my mouth and get him out of here. Because he's causing me problems. The worst thing you can do with a fish is to have something live inside of its stomach moving about. That fish will be so uncomfortable that he'll have to throw it up like he did with Jonah. Jonah was down in the belly of the whale and moving around. You know, Jonah probably didn't stay still. He down in there moving around. The whale was like, man, something is moving inside me. I know I'm pregnant because I'm a man. I got to get him out of here. He is in my stomach and he's moving around. So he got on land. Whale is supposed to be in water. Big fish like that need to be in water. That fish, like, he don't belong in the water. He belongs on land. I'm going to put him on land. I'm going to bring him where he needs to be. I'm not going to put him in the water because guess what? He don't act like somebody that needs to be in the water. Guess what? When you are in a situation and you are in a bound situation, but faith kick in, faith will say, you don't need to be in that condition. I'm going to loose you from here and put you where you need to be. So guess what? If you are in a broke down, busted, disgusted situation and you start believing your broke down, busted situation will then erupt and you will then enter into a better situation. But if you like where you are, if you're comfortable in the fish stomach, then don't move around and becomes a meal. That's all you got to do. If you like being poor, then don't attempt to be rich. Don't try to discover riches. Stay in poverty. That's all you got to do. And you will be poor for the rest of your life. The moment time you start moving around and believing something else, you are not comfortable where you are.
That's right.
That's right.
And you need to push against everything that the enemy says that he's going to lock you down in. Push back and see what happens. If you continue to push the door, eventually you will push it open. You just got to have enough strength and enough faith to believe that I can push that door open.
Yes.
You got to push through. You got to break through. But if you're comfortable, you will never break through. Let's go with me. Keep on. Verses 10. To know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his sufferings, say being conformed to his death. If you know that, if you understand how his death was and the power of his resurrection, if you knew the power of his resurrection, the power of his resurrection brought you to a newness of life. The power of his resurrection says that if he has done it, I can. The power of the resurrection says that there is nothing so disastrous in my life that I cannot resurrect. Is there anything in your life that you think is dead? Well, Messiah, they thought he was dead. Is there anything in your life that you believe, well, I just don't have I just don't understand this, because at one time I believed that I could be this, but now my hopes is dead. Then you need to believe in his resurrection, because the world has never seen it before, but he believed it and he rose. So when people say you can't, you have to rise. When circumstances say you can't, you need to rise. When determination is what you need to push back and you need to push out. Let me tell you something. A woman that is pregnant, she understands that. She understands pushing as a natural ability of a woman that is pregnant with a child that needs to come out. She knows that pushing is something that she got to practice and develop in order for she to have the stamina and the strength to push the child out. She don't just sit. That's the why they send her to Lamar's class. Is that how you call it? To learn to breathe. You learn to breathe. Some of you are in a situation and you don't learn to breathe yet. Some of you are still choking with your own air. You're choking on your own situation and circumstances. Learn to breathe. In Messiah, I can do all things.
Yes, sir.
In him that strengtheneth me, I can do all things. There is no circumstances or situation in my life that is so dead that cannot be resurrected, because he done it. I believe in the resurrection. Resurrect some dead presidents.
Yes, sir.
Resurrect them in your life so they would not be dead presidents. Stop calling them dead presidents and make them live presidents. Resurrect them so they come be live in your life. Some of you are always talking about, give me some dead president. That's why they ain't doing nothing for you. They dead. Put some bones. Put some sinews and tissues on those bones. Speak some life on your money. Speak some life in your poverty. Speak some life in your situation. That is dead. Speak something life in it. Put some life into it. I believe that the master can take me out from this, from the pit to the palace. I'm not going to stay in the pit all the days of my life. I'm going to be in the palace. When? Now. I'm not going to be poor all the days of my life. When are you going to be rich? Now. I'm not going to be hungry all the days of my life. When are you going to be fed? Now. But go eat and stop being hungry. Some people got food in front of them. It was, I think, Bob Marley that made the statement. He says, in the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty.
That's race.
He says, that is bad. To know that you're standing in water, but you're thirsty, you wouldn't drink. You want somebody to take a cup and give you some water. Why don't you just dip yourself? Why don't you just cuff your hand? Why don't you just lap to do something? But get some water in you. Don't just stand in it. There are blessings all around people, but they crying out poverty. In the abundance of wealth, they crying out poor and poverty. In the abundance of health, they crying out sick. In the abundance of blessing, they crying out lack. Why don't you cry out blessings? Why don't you promote blessings? Why don't you run after blessings? Why don't you just do whatever you can, but stop standing in the water and saying you're thirsty, drink? You got food in abundance, but you're saying you're hungry. What sense does that make?
No sense.
Elevate your faith. Well, I don't believe I can do it. Then stop believing you can do it.
Right.
Well, I don't know if it's going to work for me. Then make it work for you. Well, how? Just do it. Become Nike. Just do it. Do it. And see what's going to happen. Trust in him and do it. Well, then we never done it before. Then do something different. Well, I don't know. Well, time you should. Listen, there are some people. The scripture said the race is not for the swift, not for the strong, but it's them that have endurance to the end.
Right.
But I'm here to tell you today that some people are not even in the race. Some people have not even started the race. So there will not be endurance for them. There will not be anything. You ain't even got a number. You are not registered Hebrew Israelite. You're not in the race. You're still in the race of Christianity. You're still on the runnings of Muslim. Or you're on the runnings of Jehovah's Witness. Or you're on the runnings of Buddha. You're still not in the race. What race? Well, the race is for the Hebrew people. The scriptures was written for them. Well, for somebody else to come in, then they need to join in and register with you.
Right.
Some of them are not even with you. They're not even in the race.
Right.
Some of them look black, but they're not in the race.
Right.
They're Egyptians. They're Pharaoh kids. They're not Yahushua. He says, not all that said that they're Hebrews, or Israelite, or Israelite. He said, no, they're not even in the race. Why are you worried so much? You run the race with patience. Don't worry about what they're doing.
Right.
You run with patience. Run, Forrest, run. Don't worry about what the rest of them doing. Run. Well, how am I going to make it? Run faster. Well, you think I can? Run some more. Well, you think I could? Guess, go a little bit more. How do I break through? Keep on pushing. Some people not in the runnings. Can you imagine the doctor grabbing somebody, a woman, and just putting her on the gurney and saying, well, you need to push because she has a big stomach. But she ain't pregnant. She knows she's not pregnant. She knows she's not in the runnings for pushing no baby. She's not looking back at the doctor like, you crazy. What are you telling me to push about? I'm not even pregnant. I'm not in the run. Well, think about a big fat man with a big stomach. And the doctor tell him, push. Push what? What are you going to push? Well, nothing coming out, doc. Because I'm here. Well, you're supposed to have a baby because it's big. Some people, they look like you, but they're not you. They can't push nothing.
Right.
They're not you. They cannot obtain nothing. They're not you. They cannot get where you're going to get.
Right.
You are the head and not the tail. But you got to know that. You got to rise above you. Okay? You got to know it because you're on the runnings. They're not.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you look around and you say, wait a minute. All these people, these oldest people here, Israelites? Well, there may be a lot of people, but they're not all Hebrews. They're not all Israelites. You look at them. There are some dry weather worshipers. They only worship when the sun is dry, when the sun is out. When the rain is out, they don't come out.
Right.
When the snow comes, they don't come out. They're like, how you call that little animal that come out from the ground after winter?
Groundhog.
A groundhog. There are some groundhog worshipers. That's all they are. You don't be like them. No. Don't be a groundhog worshiper. Don't be a groundhog Sabbath worship. Well, I can't come on today because groundhog is not here.
Don't be a hog, period.
Don't be a hog. A hog.
Yeah.
Just come out and worship. Some people looking up. Listen, let me just. There's some folks. I had a dry weather car. Any of you had a dry weather car?
I got one now.
Somebody. I had a dry weather car. I could only drive it in dry weather. As a matter of fact, I had a car that I had to open an umbrella inside of the car.
Wow.
Help him.
I did, truthfully. I had a car that whenever it rained, the water would come in and wet me while I'm driving with the glass up. I had to keep an umbrella in the car, inside of the car. And a change of clothes for church. I couldn't wear my good ones when rain was falling. Wear some jeans and some t-shirt or something and make sure that my clothes was wrapped in a plastic real good. And my
Like you was better off just walking.
Some of you don't understand. You gotta push through. Yeah. Fight the good fight of faith. Some people are not even in the ring. Fighting, who you fighting? You ain't even in the ring. The devil look at you and devil say, you ain't even in the arena, in the ring. I ain't gotta worry about you. Guess what? You've been knocked out before you even came in. You ain't believed nothing. The devil don't fight with unbelievers.
Right.
He know they already been knocked out.
Right.
He don't fight with unbelievers. He only wants to fight with the champions.
Right.
Right, praise yeah.
So if the devil is fighting with you, then you know you're in the ring. At least you're in the ring. Then you need discernment some powers. Call on the Holy Spirit. You need discernment some powers. Call on your trainer, Yahushua HaMashiach. Call upon him. Say, Master, which blow should I throw right here? Should I hit him with the upper jab? Or should I hit him with the overhead? Where should I hit him? Should I hit him to the body? Or should I hit him to the body and hit him to the head? Which way should I hit him? And the master would say, son, I want you to keep on jabbing, and then knock him out.
Okay. Hallelujah.
Praise yeah.
That's good.
Some of you running around the ring talking about it. He is running after me. Mr. Devil, he's running after me. What you think you're in the ring for?
Fight.
This is not a dance meet. This is a boxing meet. Box. The master said, is his hand too short to box? A punch? Jab with him. Come on, man. Hit the devil where it hurts. Don't run from him. You know, dodge a few and knock him out. Step your fate up. Believe something. Get in the race. Get in the ring. And some of you so scared to get in the ring talking about, I'm scared of the devil. You what? Man, I don't know. I think if I grew up with my dad, my daddy was like, my father, daddy. My daddy was like, my daddy told me, he told a story about, well, you got to be strong and brave. He might have beat the children just to put them in the ring with the devil. Go in there with him. Are you scared? My grandfather used to, listen, my grandfather was like that. Every weekend, my grandfather had me cooking for him. I'm learning to cook too. And that turned out to be a good one, right? All right. But I'm cooking every weekend for my grandfather. And 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, I'm telling Grandpa, it's late. Boy, ain't that late. I mean, in my country, listen, they didn't have no street lights. Ain't no street lights. Now they started to have street lights. They ain't had no street lights, man, outside dark.
Sure enough.
black. I'm looking at them black people in front of me and I can't see them. I'm serious. I'm trying to feel to see where they are. I can hear voices, but I can't see them. After a while, your eyes adjusted, but you try it now. Black. And I'm like, damn, Grandma, I got to go home because I don't live with him. I live with my mom. I got to go home. Hey, boy, I'll walk you home. And Grandpa pull the okie dokie on me all the time. He take the flashlight because he lived down below the hill and I going up the hill. And he'll walk behind me for about 2 minutes and put the flashlight and say, boy, go on. And it's after 12, Grandpa. Go on. Go, I'm looking at you. I'm like, man, I'm going to get up the hill and then I got to go around the corner. He ain't going to see me. And I got to go down the road and, to my house. And my grandfather can't see around the corner. I know he can't see around the corner. But he flashing the flashlight. And then as soon as I get just a little way up the hill, I ain't even halfway yet. Grandpa done turn the light on. I'm going back in the house. I was like, and I got to run the rest of the way. I'm like, what kind of mess is that? Grandpa just lead me to the wolves. Get in the ring. Face your fears. Stand up and battle your fears. If not, you will never conquer them. What is it that is plaguing you? Guess what? I know some of you been talking about, well, I want to be a millionaire. Really? You can't even get past 2,000. You can't even get past 500 in your belief. How are you going to be a millionaire? You can't sermon nothing to you but problems. Sermon a blessing. When you going to sermon, and I ain't talking about writing one down and preaching it. I'm talking about preach one to yourself. Sermon a blessing. Sermon a blessing. How you sermon a blessing? Call it. Make it come to you. Or Pastor, I don't know how to do that. What do you mean you don't know how to do that? Boy, go up that hill. How are you going to get to your riches when you can't get past the struggles that is facing you right now? How are you going to get across the street when you don't want to walk to go? You ever see kids? They're trying to go to the fair, but they're scared, and you got to drag them. Master been dragging you for so long, and you're still running behind, talking about I'm scared. Stand up and fight. Stand up and pray. Stand up and believe.
Yes, sir.
Stand up and do whatever you can. Do it. Just believe him. I'm going to get through this because it's not going to kill me. I'm not going to die from this. I'm going to be better. I'm going to be better. I'm not going to let this kill me. I'm going to push it down. I'm going to push down the wall. I'm going to push down the situation. Whatever it is, I'm going to push it down. I don't care what is standing in my way. I'm going to push it down because I'm going to be better. I'm going to be better than where I'm at right now because I'm going to push it down.
Hallelujah.
Break through the situation.
Yes, sir.
Well, Pastor, you don't understand. I've been trying to push for 5 years. If that woman was pushing for just one day and that child didn't come out, man, she ain't gonna stop pushing. She gonna like, you getting out of here. I don't need no C-section. I'm gonna push you out. You getting out of here. I don't care how big your head is. You getting out. You're a big head boy. You getting out of here. And when the pain hit her, man, she gonna scream, holler, whatever she gotta do. But you getting out of here. Some of you do. Any one of you been to a constipation? Yeah. Some of you are in some constipated situation. And you don't try everything you don't try. You try Maalox. You try all kinds of laxative in working. But you ain't going to keep that stuff in there. No. Everything you try is not working. I guarantee you're going to get that stuff out of you. You got to push and push and push and push. People going to say, what is wrong with you? Why? I got to get it out of here. gonna push it out. Then there are some situation in your life that constipated your life, constipated your health, constipated your wealth, constipated your ability to think. You need to push. You need to push it out of here. You need to push and get a breakthrough until you free yourself from the situation. You don't need to, oh, hallelujah. You need to push until you get some freedom.
Praise yeah.
Don't sit back and let the devil beat you up. I got a few more we want to knock out. Where we are? I believe we finished verses 10. We're in 11. If somehow I might attain to the resurrection from the dead, not that I have already received or already been perfected, but I press on to lay hold of that for which Messiah Yahushua has also laid hold for me. I press, he says. Brothers, I do not count myself to have laid hold of it yet, but only this, forgetting what is behind and reaching out for what lies ahead. You are in a mess. You got there. I understand that. I understand that you are in a situation where you feel you're stuck. But you didn't just get there just overnight. But now you got to lay hold of Messiah who said you can. And obtain the favor from him who said that you are the head. Lay hold of that and press your way through. Because he made it. So lay hold of the resurrection that he lay hold of for you. He lay hold of the resurrection and said, I'm not going to stay in the grave. You lay hold of your circumstances and said, I'm not going to continue to hold on to you so you're going to kill me. I am going to get rid of you. Forget those things that are behind you. Push it back. Well, it happened already. But I'm not going to stay and just keep looking back. I'm going to press forward. Because if I keep on looking back, I'm going to keep on sliding back. I'm going to keep on going back. But I'm not going to go back. So I'm going to press forward. What's going to happen? Try it. My wife liked to tell me that. She said, let's see. What's going to happen? Let's try it. I said, baby, I don't eat that. I can't eat that. My body can't handle that. She said, try it. Let's see what's going to happen. I said, this woman is something else. I said, you're not trying to kill me. She said, no, I ain't trying to kill you. I just want to heal you. Let's try and see. So there was certain kind of nuts that I didn't used to eat. She said, try it and see what happened. I said, baby, I can't eat that. She said, try it and see what happened. Well, I tried it and I found out that I was okay with it. So I kept on eating it and I still eat it today. She said, you see, in your mind, you'll convince yourself that you can eat it. Right. So I would never try it. Like walnuts. You couldn't give me walnuts for nothing. Because I knew that peanuts, whenever I ate peanuts, I would break out. So I associate peanuts with walnuts. And I said, well, okay, since that I'm breaking out of peanuts, then walnuts are going to break me out too. So I never ate walnuts. She said, why don't you try it? So being that you had one problem with finances, you would never try nothing else. Because you've been set back, you wouldn't try nothing else. No. Don't take every situation and put it for the next. See, that's what we've been doing. We've been taking all, because one of them is Bill, then we equate every one of them with Bill. Well, then why don't we just call one Hillary and one Chelsea, instead of just calling all of them Bills? Just say, well, this one is one that kept me back, but this one is the one I'm going through. This one is the one I'm overcoming. This one is not going to hold me down. But because 2 weeks ago we couldn't pay this, then we believe, well, we can't pay that. Or we believe, well, we can't pay this. Why are you associating all of them with the same thing? Why don't you believe, well, okay, guess what? All right, I'm not looking back for this. I'll take care of it. But I got this here. This is a new something. I'm going to deal with this. Oh, you got what I'm saying? Hallelujah. If I did not take my wife's advice, and I just associate all nuts I would have just been a nutty person. But now, guess what? I eat cashews. I eat walnut. I eat pistachios. I eat even, what's the other one? That brown looking one that,
You eat all of them pretty much.
yeah, a brown looking one again. All
Almond.
that. Huh?
Almond.
Is almond? No.
Almond.
All of that.
You know.
So I'm eating all those nuts now. And I'm just going nuts. Way nuts. Hey, but guess what? I'm glad that you stayed to hear this word.
Hallelujah.
Your situation is not the end. You're not going to be the first person that go through trials and tribulation. But you could be the last person. You stop it right here and say, guess what? I'm never going to be in that position again. I'm going to resurrect my situation. Them dead presidents ain't going to never be dead for me anymore. I'm going to make them alive for me. They can look whatever the one they want to look on the paper, but for me, they're going to be alive. I'm going to put them to work.
That's right.
I'm going to put some blood on them. What blood? Messiah blood. I'm going to put some blood on everything that the devil think he got a problem with me. Come on, give me the blood. I'm putting the blood on it. Throw some blood over there. The devil say, hey, sprinkle some. Hey, throw some around here. The devil, you want to come here? Here, take this. You want to come here? Take this.
Life.
And put some life in it, and joy in it, and happiness in it. And stop rejoicing over your situation. Laugh over him. Laugh. When he said you can't, laugh. Let's try it. Can you try it with me?
Which one?
Laugh it.
Ah!
Everybody, let's try it. One more. Let's see how it works. Come on. Yes. Laugh at you, devil. Stupid. Come on, brother. Come on, help me laugh. Come on. Come on, come on. Come on, I need some laughing brothers up here. Come on, brother. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. All these joking. Come on, brothers. I need all the brothers to come on up here. I need a good laugh. Come on. Yeah. Come on, come on. Come on, brothers. Come on. I need some brothers up here. Come on. Come on. I need some brothers that can laugh. Come on.
Hey, look at that brand new car.
Yeah. Come on. Come on.
Look at my man.
Come on, EJ. Come up here with us. Come on.
Hey, she healthy and strong. That devil is alive.
That devil is alive. Right?
Hey, look at that. All them Jews in field. Devil is
It's a
alive.
liar. Said there's no truth in them.
Hey, who's that?
You see what I'm saying?
Her husband.
What? Hey, what he say about your money? He said that your money is going to be dead. Laugh at him.
Look at that. She laughing. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
EJ's contract, man.
EJ contract, EJ laugh on the devil. Greg. He said the devil said, tell the devil you got a beautiful wife. Tell laugh at him. That devil's stupid. Huh? Larry? Tell him you got more than enough, man. That's more than enough. He can't keep you back. Huh? He can't keep you back. Hallelujah. Tell the devil he's just stupid, man. Stupid.
He's stupid.
Look at that. We got brothers here that's standing together. We ain't cursing off nobody. We just laughing at the devil.
Right.
We ain't out here cursing nobody else. We just laughing. Thank you, brothers. Now everybody's laughing. And see, now everybody's laughing. Yeah. All right, yeah.
You laughing now?
Yeah, laugh at them. Laugh at them.
She's like, what's going on out there? I'm gonna find out.
Hallelujah. Thank you again, listen, audience, for joining with us. An hilarious bunch of people. We just laughing at the devil. And we got victory. We are victorious people. And we thank you for joining with us again at PowerPac Ministries. If you want to laugh, just laugh with us. We laughing all the way to the bank. We laughing all the way to the health clinic. We laughing everywhere. We laughing on the street. We laughing with victory. We just laughing because, hey, joy is better. Laughter is better than sorrow. We got it. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So again, Pastor Reggie from PowerPac Ministries. You could call us at area code 813-317-6806. And we are truly Hebrew Israelite.
Hallelujah.